Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, January the 29th, 2016. 5 Palestinian young men were sentenced yesterday to 15 years in prison for the stoning that led to the death of 4-year-old Adele Biton. Biton was traveling in a car with her mother and sisters in the West Bank in 2013 when it was pelted with rocks, causing it to crash. Adele was severely injured in the collision. She died of complications from her injuries in February of last year. The 5 who were at the time between the ages of 16 and 17 were sentenced yesterday in the Samaria military court. They were also ordered to provide financial compensation to the Biton family. The World Medical Association has rejected efforts by the BDS, Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions movement, to have Israel thrown out of the association. Earlier this month, 71 British physicians called to expel Israel over the alleged, quote, medical torture of Palestinians. International Relations Director of the Simon Wiesenthal Center, Shimon Samuels, had asked the president of the association, Michael Marmot, to reject the call. And this week, Marmot sent a letter to Samuels saying that investigations revealed no wrongdoing on the part of Israeli doctors, adding that, quote, we have trust that our Israeli colleagues will stand firm on our values. The Israeli Medical Association has denied human rights violations and, in line with the world body, opposes such acts as the force-feeding of prisoners. Chairman of the Israeli Medical Association World Fellowship, Dr. Ze'ev Feldman, presented testimony before the Knesset last week on the matter and said this latest campaign of the BDS movement, which seeks to delegitimize the State of Israel, was just one among many. He said, we are in a struggle. Everyone must understand that there is an organized struggle, a fight against academia, doctors, and other Israeli bodies. Yediot Acharonot reported that Sookies Books announced a new initiative in memory of 23-year-old terror victim Shlomit Krigman. Krigman was stabbed during an attack in the West Bank earlier this week and died of her injuries. She was a lover of books and dreamt of creating an urban library system to encourage reading in others who might not have easy access. Sookies, which is Israel's largest bookseller, will now set up the free community-run initiative at bus stops across the country to honor Krigman's memory. The Knesset Christian Allies Caucus and the World Jewish Congress held their 10th annual reception yesterday in Jerusalem, honoring Christian leaders for their commitment to the State of Israel. The Lifetime Achievement Award was given to Jay Rawlings, who has produced, directed, and written over 130 documentaries about Israel. And a Tourism Award was presented to Duke Westover for his efforts. Westover has organized tours bringing thousands of people to Israel. Knesset ministers and members from across the political spectrum joined Jewish and Christian leaders at the event at the Waldorf. In honor of International Holocaust Remembrance Day, the United Nations held a memorial ceremony in New York City at General Assembly Hall yesterday. Opening remarks were given by United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, and other speakers included Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, U.S. ambassador to the UN, Samantha Power, Nazi hunter Beat Klarsfeld, and Holocaust survivor Chaim Roth. In 1989, Roth, together with Yad Vashem, created the memorial program Onto Every Person There Is a Name, which honors victims of the Holocaust by reading their names out loud once a year. Roth also serves as the chairman of the Committee for the Recognition of Jews Who Rescued Jews During the Holocaust. The UJA Federation of New York announced this week that it has made a major contribution of a seed loan to a fund that helps close social gaps in Israeli society. The newly launched Israel Venture Network's Ozma Fund invests in social businesses that address complex social challenges in Israel, creating opportunities for such groups as at-risk youth, the disabled, the elderly, single parents, Arab Israelis, and others. The fund is financed in part by the Israeli government. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight, Friday, January the 29th on JBS. At 7:30, a musical performance from the Krakow Film Festival with Sharabi. At 8 o'clock, Rabbi Beryl Wine and Executive Vice Chairman of the Conference of Presidents, Malcolm Hoenlein, look at the Jewish present and future. At 9 o'clock, the film Auschwitz Escape, and at 10 o'clock, a look at the film Hannah Arendt on New Jewish Cinema, followed at 10:30 with Musica. And coming up tonight, of course, at 6 o'clock, live Shabbat services from New York City's Central Synagogue. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, January the 29th, 2016. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.